Okay, we need to talk about Andrey Santos, because this isn't just another young midfielder hoping to make it at Chelsea. This is a player who's been through the grind and came back sharper, stronger, and ready to take someone's spot. 2 years ago, he arrived from Vasco as Brazil's U20 captain, top scorer in a title-winning campaign, and one of the most talked-about prospects in South America. Since then, he's been tested everywhere. The chaos of Nottingham, the pressure of Strasbourg, the world stage at the Club World Cup. And here's what happened. He didn't just survive, he dominated. Best tackle success rate in Ligue 1. 13 duels won against PSG in their own stadium. Captain's armband while on loan. And yet somehow we're still asking, is he ready for Chelsea? Let me make this simple. Maresca sees him as the future of the midfield. His market value's doubled. Bayern, PSG, Milan, they all want him. But Chelsea, they hold the cards. It started in Rio, Vasco da Gama's academy, a place that's produced warriors, creators, and leaders. And by 18, Andrey Santos had already checked all 3 boxes. 6 goals in 8 matches at the South American U20 Championship, captain of Brazil, a box-to-box midfielder who could tackle like a destroyer and finish like a striker. That's when Chelsea stepped in. £18 million for a teenager who'd never played outside Brazil. Vision 2030 stuff, the kind of move that's supposed to pay off years later. But Stamford Bridge wasn't the first stop. Nottingham Forest came first, and it was chaos. A system that didn't fit, minutes that never came. Most young players would fade right there. Not Andrey. He went back to Vasco, reset, rebuilt his rhythm, then took the next loan, Strasbourg, in Ligue 1. And this is where everything changed. From the first whistle in Ligue 1, he was a problem for everyone. 71.65% tackle success. That's not midfielder territory. That's elite center-back numbers. Against PSG at the Parc des Princes, he won 11 of 14 duels. Against Nice, 13 of 14, plus 9 tackles, more than anyone else on the pitch. His ability to read danger early, step into passing lanes, and win duels cleanly made him one of the most reliable ball winners in France. And this wasn't reactive defending. It was calculated, well-timed, and disciplined. By the end of the season, he wasn't just a loanee, he was their leader, their captain. That armband on his sleeve summed it up. Respect earned in record time. But here's what made him more than just a destroyer. The goals. 10 in Ligue 1, 11 in all competitions. For a midfielder, those numbers don't just stand out, they shout. Late runs into the box, perfect timing arriving for cutbacks, composure one-on-one with the keeper. Sometimes it was a drilled finish from the edge of the area. Sometimes a first-time strike catching the goalkeeper flat-footed. And when Strasbourg needed someone to turn a tight game, Andrey wasn't hiding. He was the one stepping up. Add 3 assists in the league plus another goal and assist in the Coupe de France, and you've got a midfielder impacting the scoreline as much as some forwards. Teammate Diego Moreira said it best. He's lying about his age. Looks like he's got 30 years of experience. And watching him, you believe it. That season in France changed everything. It proved that Andrey could dominate both sides of the game, lead a dressing room, and adapt to a European league's physical and tactical demands. It also caught the eyes of Europe's elite, but Chelsea had the leverage. For Maresca, this wasn't about waiting years for development. Andrey had shown he could handle senior responsibility now. Enzo Maresca doesn't see Andrey Santos as just another midfielder. In his system, every role is calculated, every movement has a purpose. And Maresca's already said it. Right now, he sees Andrey in Enzo Fernández's position, not Caicedo's or Lavia's. And that's where the comparison gets fascinating. Enzo Fernández is a World Cup winner, a Champions League player, a metronome in possession. His heat maps show a dominance in the left central channel, recycling possession and breaking lines with incisive passes. Andrey's, however, stretch deeper and higher. More entries into the final third, more runs into the box. Statistically, Enzo leads in progressive passes and pass completion under pressure. Andrey brings more physicality, more aerial presence, and a genuine goal threat. Enzo is the architect, Andrey is the architect who's not afraid to storm the building himself. Tactically, Maresca could field them side by side in a 4-3-3, with Enzo controlling the rhythm from deeper zones and Andrey arriving late into attacking spaces, a pairing that offers both control and chaos. In other matches, especially against physical mid-blocks, Andrey could directly replace Enzo, giving Chelsea a more vertical, aggressive option without sacrificing technical quality. When Chelsea signed Andrey Santos in 2023 for £18 million, it was seen as a long-term play. 2 years later, that future investment has doubled in value, €40 million according to CIES. And that number isn't just for show. Bayern Munich, PSG, Milan, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, they've all been circling. Because when a 21-year-old dominates in Ligue 1, captains his team, and posts 11 goals and 5 assists across all competitions, the elite start paying attention. Chelsea's stance? Publicly, they don't want to sell. Privately, every player has a price. And for Andrey, it's somewhere in that €35 to €40 million range. That's the going rate for a midfielder who can do both sides of the game. A lot of players look good when they have the ball. Andrey Santos is dangerous when he doesn't. In Ligue 1, he wasn't just top tier in tackles, he was constantly in the right place to make them count. Watching back the footage, you see it, the subtle body shape adjustments, the anticipation to step in just as the opponent glances up to pass, the shuffle that blocks a passing lane before the ball is even played. He reads 2 passes ahead, closing space so quickly it feels pre-programmed. It's a skill set reminiscent of N'Golo Kanté at his peak, the same ability to make the pitch smaller for the opposition. But where Kanté's game was pure defensive suffocation, Andrey turns many of these wins into immediate attacking transitions. His first touch after a tackle is often forward, not sideways, triggering counters before opponents can reset. That's why he often looks even more valuable in tight, tense matches, the kind Chelsea face in Europe or against the league's top sides. And yes, there's massive upside, but with that comes risk. Best case scenario, by 2026, Andrey is a fixture in Chelsea's midfield, rotating seamlessly with Enzo or even forming a devastating double act. He's a player who influences both penalty areas, contributes 8 to 10 goals a season from midfield, and becomes a leader in the dressing room. Worst case scenario, minutes dry up, he loses the rhythm and confidence he built in France, and Chelsea decide another loan is the solution, potentially stalling his integration into the Premier League. To hit the best case path, there are adjustments to make. Physically, he'll need to match the relentless pace and intensity of English football, especially with fixture congestion. Tactically, he'll have to refine his positioning against the faster transitions of the Premier League, where mistakes are punished instantly. That's why Maresca's management here will be crucial, choosing the right games, the right moments, and the right partnerships. Done right, Andrey Santos could become not just a starter, but one of the defining players of Chelsea's next era. When Chelsea talk about Vision 2030, Andrey Santos is exactly the type of player they mean. Signed young, developed through loans, and now returning with the maturity and skill set to impact the first team immediately. His Club World Cup numbers tell the story, leading the tournament in successful tackles per 90 minutes, despite playing just 155 minutes. Andrey has also been clear about his intentions. He wants to stay, fight for a place, and win titles in blue. He's spoken about the bond with Chelsea fans, the messages he's received since the day he signed, even during loan spells. That connection matters, especially when you're looking for players to anchor a long-term project. Now it's on Maresca to decide how quickly to integrate him, because everything Andrey's shown over the past year points to one thing: he's ready to step onto the Stamford Bridge pitch and make it his own.